moment. All the young people here especially, you have this extraordinary moment in your hands because you're not going to be able to afford to be disengaged. You won't be able to ignore the realities because they're right here. 2 wars, the biggest economic crisis since the Great Depression. It's a challenge, but it's also an opportunity. It's going to require some nerve. It's going to require some courage. It will require that all of us sacrifice, and all of us pull our weight. Because now more than ever, we are all in this together. What this crisis has taught us is that at the end of the day, there's no separation between Main Street and Wall Street. When there's greed and irresponsibility on Wall Street, that affects Main Street. When Main Street is struggling, the pain trickles up, not the other way around. So we are not on separate paths here. There's only one road. The road we're traveling on is America.
He's on right now.
And we will rise or fall on that journey as one nation, as one people. This country, the dream it represents, are being tested in a way that we haven't seen in nearly a century. And future generations will judge ours by how we respond to this test. They say that this was a time when America lost its way, when it lost its purpose, when it lost its nerve. When we allowed our petty differences and broken politics to plunge this country into a dark and painful time, they say that this was another one of those moments when America overcame. Adversity, by recognizing that common stake we have in each other's success, all of us, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Native American, young, old, rich, poor, gay, straight, it doesn't matter. I realize many of you are fed up with politics.
Thank you.
I understand you're disappointed and even angry when you're leaving. You have every right to be. But despite all of this, I ask you, what's been asked of the American people in times of trial and turmoil throughout our history. I ask you to believe. I ask you to believe in yourselves. I ask you to believe in each other. I ask you to believe in the future we can build together.
I'm sorry, excuse me.
Now, together we cannot fail. Not now. Not when we have a crisis to solve and an economy to save. Not when there are so many Americans without jobs, without homes, without health care. Not when families can't afford to see a doctor, much less send their child to college. When they can't afford to pay the bills at the end of the month. Not when there's a generation that's counting on us. Give them the same opportunities, the same chances that we've had for ourselves. I ask you to believe. Because the reason you and I are standing here is that somewhere along the way, somebody believed for us. Somewhere along the way, somebody stood up for our futures. Somewhere along the way, a parent said, I may not be able to go to college, but my child can go to college. Somebody said, maybe I can't have my own business, but my granddaughter can have her own business. Freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, freedom of worship. But if I go to that land called America, even if I have nothing, and I start all over again and remake myself anew, I will have the opportunity to give my child those rights. Somewhere along the way, there was a man or a woman who said to themselves, I'll probably never be a United States Senator, but maybe my son can be a senator. I may never run for president, but maybe my son can run for president.